So we want to get in touch with Entergy's Vice President of Customer Service, Nika Scott. She's joining us by phone. Thanks so much for being with us.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, what does the organization look like now? Where do you all go first? I know this has been, a constant situation this morning. I'm sure once conditions improved enough for your crews to get out there.
Yeah, we did. We were able to get out, at first light this morning. Did see lots of damage, in certain, parts of our service area, looking like tornadic activity, which are some of those areas that are still out because of the damages there. Lots of flooding, so that kind of prevented us from maybe being able to go into certain regions. But as of right now, I think for Entergy Louisiana, we probably have about 15,000 customers still out across the state. And Entergy New Orleans, I believe the last time I checked with Entergy New Orleans, it was about 2,000 still out, but that number is fluctuating as they have to bring people down and bring them back up to get power fully restored.
Yeah, that's an improvement for sure. You all are dealing with power outages up in North Louisiana as well?
There may be some outages up in North Louisiana coming through just with this last remnants of this weather, but the majority of our outages are here in the south that came through with the remnants of Tropical Storm Arthur.
And what do you expect in terms of restoration completion? Is there a timeline on that yet?
There is, depending on where you are. As of right now, we do have specific information for Entergy New Orleans customers. Areas of the Venetian Isle area should be restored by 2 p.m., New Orleans East by 4 p.m., and the rest of New Orleans by 6 p.m. For the Entergy Louisiana territories, we don't have specific estimated restoration times just yet. We had a lot more damage in those areas, so we're finishing up our damage assessment and should have those times out by end of day, and we will communicate that by customers. They'll see it on the outage map, but we'll also be sending them text messages or calls if they're signed up for it to let them know when to expect their power to be fully restored.
That line of hope is so important in situations like that when you're waiting desperately to get the power back on. I know that Entergy has been spending hundreds of millions of dollars to, try and harden the grid. Has any of that helped in this situation, or are we not there yet?
So we haven't gone through to look to see how our new, more resilient poles that were installed have performed for this particular event, but we do know how they perform generally. After Hurricane Ida, Grand Isle was devastated and lost almost all of their infrastructure. So when we went back and rebuilt our system down there, we rebuilt it to our new resilient standards, and they had no issues. I'm not even sure they lost power during Hurricane Francine, and they've been green, all day today since I've been checking. So we know that harder, more resilient system works. And unfortunately, we're seeing more severe, more frequent storms in our area. So it's really important that we finish both Entergy New Orleans resilience plan and Entergy Louisiana's. And we're working, both companies are working really hard to get that done.
Last question for you. I'm hearing some more rain here in the French Quarter. Is that continued rainfall going to impede your efforts to get that power back on in all those places? And are you expecting more power outages throughout the day?
So generally, so long as we keep our winds low, we cannot put a bucket truck up in winds over 30 miles an hour. So long as the winds stay below, we'll put our trucks up and continue to restore power. It's not a successful restoration unless it's a safe one. I'm not sure we're anticipating any higher winds. So as of right now, we are still out in the field and getting our customers restored.
Okay, Nika Scott, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate that update.